with his sports recap. We have Miss Eyla coming in. And as a special treat, we have a special guest here in the studio this morning. Team, how we doing today?
Tired.
Tired. It's definitely a Tuesday. Feels like a Monday. Got everything like that going on. What about you, Mr. Tilley? How you doing?
Oh, I'm just in shambles right now, but I feel great. I'm also tired, just like you. But yeah, I'm happy to be here and ready to have a wonderful show today. And we got a special guest. BS, who is it?
So I was going to save it for a long drawn introduction that we have, but here in the studio today, we are proud to bring you one of the up and rising stars of the stage production acting community here in the Bay Area. He served as, what was the character's name that you were in Heathers?
Kurt Kelly.
Kurt Kelly in the Hillsborough College production of Heathers. He just finished up as an ensemble cast member coming off of the stage up in Spring Hill at the Stage West Playhouse in Spring Hill, and where he performed in the musical Annie Get Your Gun. He has been in that production for about 5 years now. Ladies and gentlemen, the Breakdown at Noon is proud to bring to you Mr. Ethan James. Woo! Clap, 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 clap. That's really, thank you guys, man.
Quite the introduction. Thank you.
Man, tight crowd, tight crowd.
He's known for that.
So we've got the laughs. They're starting early. We've got everybody pumped up. We're going to make sure everybody's got a white monster cooked up in front of them, ready to go. While we're doing that, we're going to go ahead and turn you guys loose for the first music break as we listen to the Red Hot Chili Peppers' Californication. Be back just a moment.
Welcome back. You're listening to Breakdown at Noon from Hawk Radio, Hillsborough College.
There we go.
Yeah, I rock that one.
I'm gonna have to send. Do we have an intern? We need to send an intern for some energy drinks because we need to get this lit up a little bit. So coming back on the air. This is usually the part where BS likes to talk about the birthdays and wishing everybody a birthday. Which, if it is your birthday. Once again, happy birthday. We don't have the music queued up. Still going through the Live 365 changeover. So lots of things happening there. But with the Californication song that we just had and with the special guests that we have, we're going to change up the format a little bit. And today we just want to kind of find out about Mr. James and what you guys have been doing within the acting community as of late. What was it for you that kind of made you say, I can get up on that stage and I can go ahead and put on a show?
The big thing for me was when I was in high school, a lot of my friends were in theater and they were very active in the community. And I played sports when I was younger. And as I started getting older, I started realizing I wasn't very good at it anymore.
Okay.
And then I just asked, what if I tried? And so I went in, and the first year I got in, I missed the opportunity to do a show because I came in too late in the process. The next year I did Frankenstein at my high school, and it kind of just clicked for me. And I took a few years off after I graduated from high school just to get in the workplace and everything, get that experience. But my old high school professor texted me a few months ago and said that they were doing Heathers and said that she thought I'd be a good fit in there. So I went in and auditioned, and since then, in the last 6 months, I've done 3 shows just back to back because it is so much fun.
And you mentioned the high school drama teacher. If I'm not mistaken, is that Professor Danny Welch?
Yes.
So shout out Professor Welch for that foresight to give us a guest right down here. So we appreciate that. Moving on into that, what is it for you that made you say, I'm going to shoot more for the production side of this, the stage, the singing, compared to, say, a film program that would be here at Hillsborough College? What was it for you that said, I'm going to enjoy that more than a film like study class?
I've never been very tech savvy. I've never been very hands-on with computers or the editing process, but I am very over the top and very dramatic, as people tell me. And so I kind of just said, I'm going to channel that into something productive, and I'm going to go onto the stage if they'll let me. And I was fortunate enough to get that opportunity where they trusted me with those roles and that opportunity. And ever since then, I've just been so grateful that they did give me that chance.
What would you say is the biggest difference? Say there's a high schooler that's out there listening, or they want to find out maybe stage production is my thing. What is that difference that you've experienced on the college stage when you performed Heathers or Annie Get Your Gun up at the Stage West compared to a high school production or something like that?
The big thing that I've noticed is it's just the audience sizes of when you're in high school. It's very communal and very, we're going to invite our friends and our family. Some of our classmates will come and watch, but it's very condensed audiences. Mm-hmm. Whereas when you get into that college and that more professional side, the audiences are much larger, mainly just because you're doing more well-known shows and you're in larger environments. When we did Frankenstein in high school, there were maybe 70 people at our highest in the audience. And then when we came to Heathers, we had 300 people consistently throughout the show, just because it was such a big musical and more people knew it. And also we were in a larger environment from the college side versus the high school side. So it's just getting used to the difference in audiences. I've noticed, for me particularly, the onstage segment is kind of the same. You grow, you get older roles, but that's just acting.
Mm-hmm. When you're preparing for something like Heathers or preparing to perform at the Stage West, How do you prepare? Are you like a Jim Carrey type where you immerse yourself in the role, you walk around living that role, don't talk to Mr. James, you're talking to this cowboy? What is kind of your process to understand the role you've been giving, and how do you portray that on stage?
It changes from role to role. When I was in Annie Get Your Gun, I was by no means method or anything. It was, I'm going to put on the cowboy hat when we get there, and then I'm going to start acting on stage. Whereas when I was Kurt Kelly, I walked everywhere with the Letterman. I was constantly Kurt Kelly talking to people, very puffed out chest, very machismo. But I feel like if I didn't do that for Kurt Kelly, I wouldn't have been able to keep that energy, just because it is so intense in that process of trying to put yourself in the mindset of somebody who is Kurt Kelly. He's a very odd person to try to define, but it's just an energy you have to bring on stage for that. So I'm not method by any means, I wouldn't say. It just very depends on the role of the energy I'm putting into it.
I find this fascinating because, number one, I went and saw Grease, remember, at the at Riverview, and then I also saw another play. I can't remember the name of it, but
Riverview?
Yeah.
Clue?
Nope, I didn't see that one.
SpongeBob?
Nope, didn't see that one.
Legally Blonde?
Yes,
Okay.
I saw that one.
We got there.
So I saw both of those, right, at Riverview. Those are the only ones that I've ever seen in my entire life. I went and I filmed The Little Mermaid for video. So I guess my question is, like, when you were doing this, if you did this stuff in high school and you're doing it in college now, what's the difference? Like, how does it, differ from each other? And if you did that stuff in high school, how did that help you to get to where you are today?
In high school, I wasn't really as serious with it, unfortunately, and I'm not really supposed to say that because you're always supposed to take it seriously.
Of course, yeah.
But in high school, I was very much this is for fun. I'm just coming in here to do something. And when you come into college, I kind of took the mindset of I have to come at this with a different perspective because I am older now and there is such a big time jump. In high school, like I said, it was just I'm going to do this to make friends. I'm going to do this to get out there, have people see my face. If people tell you they're not being an actor to be famous, I'm 90% sure they're lying to you. But that was my thought process of I want to get out there. I want people to know me. Whereas in college, it is very just, I'm having fun with it now. I really enjoy what I'm doing. I'm taking it more seriously. I'm taking on more roles. It's just the energy you carry into it that's different, because I don't feel that the acting portion itself has changed at all.
Wow.
I think it's really important to do stuff for fun, because without it, you kind of lose passion for it. And then you just kind of like, why am I doing it?
That was a big thing I ran into after I graduated was I've already done 2 shows. I've met a lot of people through theater. I don't really need to do this anymore. I'm kind of done. It wasn't something I was enjoying anymore, so I took a break. And then I came back and playing Kurt. I was like, oh, this is fun. I'm enjoying myself again. So that's why I've been doing it so much more now.
When you take a look at the castmates you've had previously, like you mentioned in high school with Frankenstein, and now performing on stage in front of paying customers aside from just family or your high school friends, would you say that mentality change carries over with the rest of your cast, or is it kind of a mixed bag where some are looking to the future, they're trying to get in, they want to go to Broadway, they want to go perform in LA at those performing arts centers and really make this something that they see as a tangible goal, versus, like you mentioned, I just want to do this for a little bit of extra credit. I want to meet a couple friends and enjoy my college career. How is that transition for you personally with where you are, as you described, interacting with those other actors?
I'm still kind of in the middle of it right now, where I have if I wanted to, if the opportunity was available to me, I would love to go professional with this. I would love to get on stage more, get into movies, get my face out there. But since I don't have those opportunities yet, I'm still very much I'm doing this for fun. I think the mindset change comes when those doors open, because then you have to look at it that way, for me at least. But then you have people that I know who are very, I'm going to open those doors myself. I'm going to put all that I have into this.
All right. Well, with that riveting comment, we're going to go ahead and take our second music break, and that's going to be coming up with Miss Eyla. I see that look, Mr. James. I'm not trying to slight you, but
No,
you're giving some grade A information.
Yeah.
And we're going to hit this music break, do the music review. You're welcome to hang out with us some more. We're having some fun here on the breakdown. Everybody listening, this is Hawk Radio. We'll be back right after this break.
Bon Jovi, Dead or Alive. That is a really great song. And even though I'm a Doobie Brothers fan, I really like Bon Jovi. You are listening to The Breakdown at Noon here on Hawk Radio at the Ybor campus at Hillsborough College, along with Brandyn, Eyla, and our special guest, Mr. James, here. It is so wonderful to be with you all here today. Eyla, it's time for your movie segment. I am very interested in hearing what you have for us today.
As we know, October, the entire month, is basically Halloween.
Yes.
In my opinion. So, first question. Where are you guys going to be for Halloween?
VS, take that one first.
So I'll give the same answer that I gave on Thursday when I was asked this question. I'm going to go as the most horrifying thing that I can think of. I'm going to dress in a suit and tie, put in an AirPod, and I'm going to be a productive member of society for a night. And I'm going to walk around like in Free Guy, and I'm just going to say NPC quotes, have those faxes on my desk by 2, and then walk away. And no, I want the non-edited version because I need to make corrections. And I'm just going to do that around my neighborhood with like a little briefcase or something.
That's actually really good. That's a good costume.
I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. Truthfully, on Halloween, I'm going to be directing a football game at Lakewood High School, so I will not have the opportunity to go out and get free candy. However, I think I am going to dress up for this for the shoot. I kind of want to be dressing up as a football player. I want to dress up like in pads, in jersey gear, in cleats. I just want to, because I wanted to play
the
football.
Full fit.
Yeah, the full fit.
Yeah.
I want to dress up as a football player.
What about you?
My girlfriend and I will be going as Sue Storm and Reed Richards. We were very entrenched by the new Fantastic Four movie.
Wow.
That's a good costume. That's a good costume. A classic Halloween. Oh, also, I'm going to be a bee. I'm in a group costume. I'm a bee. My friend's a ladybug, and my other friend is a moth.
For some reason, when you said that, the first thing that popped into my head was like on Sesame Street, a letter B, like dancing around and stuff. I was like trying to figure out how you would pull that off until you mentioned that it was a group with a ladybug.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That was
But a
fun.
classic Halloween costume is vampires. And speaking of dead or alive, vampires are kind of the living dead. So my movie is Vamps from 2012, directed by Amy Heckerling. Okay. And starring Alicia Silverstone, a.k.a. the star of Clue, which is one of the best, adaptations. Anyways, so the movie. I get distracted. Okay. Two beautiful young vampires are living the good nightlife in modern-day New York until love enters the picture. And each has to make a choice that will jeopardize their immortality.
Always love, man.
It is okay.
It's never a Spanish galleon full of gold for a vampire.
Whatever. And I use modern loosely because the movie came out in 2012. So I feel like as a society, we've evolved quite a bit since 2012.
I'd agree.
Wow. Thank you so much for agreeing.
You're welcome.
Anyways, the movie follows Goody, which is Alicia Silverstone's character, and she was turned into a vampire in 1841. That's really great. And then Stacy, played by Kristen Ritter, was turned in 1991. Now they're friends. Stacy doesn't know when Goody was turned into a vampire. It's kind of like, oh, like you were turned like around the same time as me, She believes that. And so Stacy teaches Goody how to be like modern, abbreviations and when texting and stuff like LOL, TTYL, all the other ones that were like popular in 2012. And Goody teaches Stacy about like being a vampire. And there's like vampire constants. Like they can't see their reflections. They sleep in coffins. They don't like garlic. They can't be in the sun. That's why they're like party girls in the nighttime. But one day, also, they don't drink human blood. That's a whole thing. They go to like this support group with other vampires, including Vlad Tepes. Do you know history?
Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Do you guys? Okay. Okay, I see a nod. Okay, yeah. Okay, I guess
It's okay. You got a couple current people versus 1950s, and it's like
I mean,
Encino
I
Man
thought-
with Ben.
Ben, you're so old. I figured you would have known the guy.
He's catching it from all sides today.
Anyways, so their support group, they don't drink human blood. They drink rats' blood instead. And so the girls, they work as like nighttime exterminators. And Stacy goes to night school. And there she meets Joey. And so she's like, "Oh wow, he's so cute, whatever, he's cool." Turns out Joey's last name is Van Helsing. As you know, Van Helsing is the famed vampire hunter killer. So it's not looking too great for Stacy. And then Goody runs into her like past love from the 1960s. His name is Danny, played by Richard Lewis. So Goody ends up telling Danny that she's a vampire. So he's a little freaked out. But in the end, he's
Rightfully
okay
so.
with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the reason that she left him back in the 60s is because she didn't want to, hold him back from finding someone to live his life with. Because she can't do that. But anyways. So Joey takes Stacy to meet his parents.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is a
Dr.
big- this is a
Van
big moment.
Helsing.
This is a-
Dr. Van Helsing.
It's a big moment right here.
Yeah. So Van Helsing, the doctor, the senior, whatever, played by Wallace Shawn.
Oh yeah, Wallace Shawn.
Yeah,
He's
funny
Dr.
guy.
Sturgis in Young Sheldon.
You watch Young Sheldon?
I did before it stopped airing and George died.
What? Okay. I don't watch the show. Anyways. So, Mr. Van Helsing doctor, he's suspicious. He's going around. He works for like some sort of government agency, and he's like believes in vampires. So he feeds Stacy garlic soup, and she's like, she spits it out. He's like, "Oh no, the salt! It just like makes my stomach hurt, whatever."
Was
And-
he an X-Files member? This is around the time of Mulder and Scully. Is he running around? Is that how the X-Files started? Van Helsing created the whole thing like S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Who's to say?
Van Helsing's a deep state agent.
He's a deep state plant.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, something like that. But eventually, Stacy, she doesn't so much tell Joey as he shows Joey, where they like hang out. She's like, "Oh, I gotta go. It's almost daytime," and she doesn't go out the door like a normal person. She crawls out of his window and down the side of the building. And anyone go watch the movie so you can see like the way she crawls. It is so insane. He is so rightfully freaked out. But
Based, as the young kids say.
yeah, but you know what? He ends up being okay with it. And but eventually it turns out that Stacy is pregnant. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh.
But so Goody goes to Vlad and she's like, something's going on with Stacy. He's like, "Oh, well, she's pregnant." And she's like, "What? Like, is she gonna stay pregnant?" He's like, "Oh no, because she's a vampire. It's not gonna work out." So, in order for Stacy to become human again, they have to kill their stem. Their stem is the vampire who turned these two girls into a vampire. The stem is named Cicerus, played by Sigourney Weaver.
Oh.
Great actress.
Great actor.
So
Triss.
Sigourney Weaver's character, she's awful. She she orders pizza just to kill the delivery guy and suck his blood.
Wow.
Yeah, and because vampires can't see themselves in the mirrors, she uses Stacy and Goody as like models for all the clothes. She's like, "Well, I can't see them on myself. I have to see what they look like." So everybody joins together, and eventually Dr. Van Helsing comes around. He's like, "Man, well, if my son's in love and she's gonna end up being a human anyways." So they go and they try and kill Cicerus. So when you kill a vampire, staked up to the heart. But another thing is that you have to separate the body. Yeah, decapitation. Separate the body parts. So they go to like this random like grave thing in like New York, and they leave her head in the in the weird coffin, and then Sigourney Weaver's body is just like walking around headless in like a park, and eventually topples over and turns to dust. And Stacy ages. You know, it's not really a lot of aging. Like, she gets wrinkles, like that's about it. Her hair turns a little bit gray. But Goody, she was turned in 1841. So
she's a pile of dust.
Oh no.
yeah, so she keeps aging. And Stacy's like, you weren't turned in the 90s like I was, were you? And she goes, no. So they take her out to what's it called?
I don't know. You tell us.
In New York, what's it called?
Manhattan.
No, Times Square. They take her to Times Square. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, that
They
should
take
have
her
been
to
a given.
Times Square to see the sunlight. They get her a pretzel, and she just fades into dust. Spoilers, by the way. Sorry, she fades into dust.
You're
And
gonna
then-
plug the movie and then spoil it for everyone.
That's how we do it on the breakdown.
that's
Nobody
exactly
knows
how we
what's
do it.
coming, not
Yeah.
even us.
Yep, that's right.
Well, anyways, flash forward like a couple years, and the baby's a vampire.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's sad.
Why? It's not sad.
Baby's a vampire?
The baby, it's
To
like a
human
toddler.
parents.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, she.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, like the little baby has like
Okay,
fangs.
good.
It's
Yeah,
kind of
okay.
cool. And Dr. Van Helsing is chill, babysitting his vampire grandchild. You guys should go watch the movie. It's good.
Okay, well, we did. Okay, rate this out of 5 stars then.
3.5.
Oh,
I like the movie. It's funny. I had a good time watching it. It's kind of bad, like as far as effects go, but I had a great time watching it. It's really good, so you guys should go watch it.
so is it in your top 30 movies watched? Top 20?
I watched a lot of movies. I
Okay.
can't decide.
Top 100?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Top one.
That's good. That's good enough. That's good enough, right?
And that was the movie breakdown with Eyla here on the Breakdown at Noon. And to kind of keep that theme going, love, romance, vampires, hurt and loss, here's My Girl from The Temptations. Welcome back to the breakdown at noon. That was the Temptations. Wow, Dr. Seuss over here trying to spit that one out with their hit song "My Girl." You are listening to the breakdown at noon live on Hawk Radio, and it is time for the one, the only, the voice of Hawk Sports Radio, Mr. Ben Tilley. We had a tizzy of a weekend. Break it down for us.
Oh, we sure did, BS. Listen, we've been kind of deviating away from college football a little bit these past couple of weeks. I apologize for any of our college football fans out there, but listen, we had a really good weekend of sports in the college world. So first off, BS, you kind of talked to me about this one, before we went on air today. Alabama versus Vanderbilt, right? They kind of Vanderbilt kept it close, but ultimately Alabama took the win 30-14. Were you able to watch that game at all, or did you hear about it?
I was able to watch that game. It was my dad's birthday weekend, so we went up and celebrated. Happy birthday, Papa BS, once again. And we had Vandy and Bama playing, and Vandy was playing their hearts out in that first half. They were leading for the majority of it. And in the second half, Alabama just started to run away with it. And watching it, it looked like it was a depth issue with the way that Alabama can rotate in linemen, rotate in receivers, everything like that. They just stay fresher. And if Vanderbilt can ever figure out how to recruit and get depth, I think they're a sleeper in the SEC. Any given year, they're knocking out top 10 teams or being competitive.
Yeah, well, South Florida actually played a game on Friday night in Charlotte. They won 54-26. Now, we were also talking about this. They are currently ranked 24th. They could be bowl eligible by the time the playoffs come around, and that would be huge. They just need another push to get them into bowl eligibility. Now, the game I watched this weekend was Miami versus Florida State. Quick shout out here to a big Miami fan, Matthew Shue. He's a teacher at Riverview High School. He's a great guy. He loves Miami, and he was kind of nervous for this game because he was like, Miami was undefeated still, and he didn't know how Florida State would. They just ran him over, and it was just it was such a good it was a good game, and Florida State fought, but ultimately Miami took the win 28-22, and this could be their year. This could be Miami's year. It's you get the feel of college football, and you get to watch these games. You get to watch these teams just go out there and perform their hearts out. Well, Miami's got it. They have got the talent. They've got the depth, as you were saying, to be able to go far into this playoff race.
For me, I look at it differently. The Hurricanes, to me, are the Dallas Cowboys of college football. Every year is their year. Every year they're going to win it all, and then they do something, they get penalized, fined, or they get an injury, and then it's always next year's our year. I agree with you. They have come out guns blazing. They are number 3, I think, as of the new rankings that came out this weekend. They just can't hurricane themselves. They've got to maintain that discipline, that mindset that has them undefeated, because the minute that lapses, it's all down here. What do you think there, Mr. James?
I have no input whatsoever on this conversation.
And that was our local stage actor from the Bay Area, star of many stage plays, now providing that riveting comment and commentary. Mr. Tilley, what else is there?
Well, that was college football for you. But we also had
You're going to leave out the Gators in Texas? The Manning fan of the group is going to gloss over that one? Come on now. Just like they used to say on ESPN. Come on, man.
That's actually... I watched that segment for a long time growing up, from ages 6 to 12. Come on, man, that was the funniest segment ever.
We should do that on your segment, because have you read some interceptions or fumbles and just hit you and have you hit that? Come on, let me hear it one time. Let me hear it.
Come on, man.
Man, it's gotta come from, like, we were talking like Detective Pikachu. You gotta feel it down in your jellies. Come on, man.
I like yours better.
You gotta get, that's because I get down in the jellies.
I don't have a jelly. Anyway, let's go to NFL here. Patriots versus Bills in Sunday Night Football. The Patriots finally beating the undefeated team in the NFL, the Buffalo Bills, the 72 Dolphins. You probably know about them. They can celebrate another year. Their undefeated season lives to fight another year. Patriots on top of the Bills, 23-20 in that game. Jaguars Chiefs last night, Monday Night Football, 31-28. Jacksonville gets the win. Liam Cohen pulling out all of his rabbits out of his hat for his offensive status. And I got to tell you, how about Trevor Lawrence, man? He just played unbelievable last night. The entire team did. But Trevor Lawrence himself just looked just phenomenal in every aspect of his game. The final drive there, the game-winning drive that ended up being for the Jacksonville Jaguars. The play that just, I mean, to this day, I can't even, just to this moment, I guess, I can't even wrap my head around it. But the right guard stepped on his foot. He fell backwards, then fell backwards again, and then got up and dodged like 3 defenders and ran it in for the game-winning touchdown.
At this point, you know that's going to be a video meme.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to have all those little, like, Family Guy cutouts, I'm coming, and all those types of things,
yep.
Because there was so much that happened with that play. But good on him for keeping that cool, keeping that drive alive, and putting points on the board to give him that Monday night victory last night.
I can't even recall the last time the Chiefs were under 500. Could you? It has been a long time. With Andy Reid's tenure there.
Yeah, I can't tell
recall
you
it.
Honestly.
Yeah, it's been they started when they went to the Super Bowl against San Fran in 2019. That was the start of their big era. That was Patrick Mahomes coming in and basically making a statement like, all right, I'm here now, let's go. Then they went to the Super Bowl in 2020. We all know what happened there. Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady beat them. And then it took them a couple years to get back. They went back against San Fran again. They went back against Philly again. And last year we know Philly won the Super Bowl. And right now they are looking horrible. Like they are not. They're 2-3. They're under 500, and they're just not looking good. It has not been a good start for the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll see if they can turn things around here later on in the season going forward. And then finally, we'll kind of wrap it up here with part one of my sports segment with the Titans and the Cardinals. Just, the Titans game, they got their first win. They were 0-4. They finally got their first win. It was a crazy ending. Cam Ward marching down the field. He throws an interception. The defender fumbled the ball, and he was around the 10 or 5 yard line. He fumbled the ball, and then it was kicked by somebody into the end zone. Tyler Lockett, the receiver for the Titans, goes up, jumps on it, and they get the game-winning touchdown that way.
Telling you, man, we were talking about it since season started. It is a 2-minute drill and special team season. For some reason, there's something in the Campbell's Chunky chicken noodle soup that is just boosting these guys going crazy on the special teams. Yeah, you like how I threw that one in there. I see that look. Product placement always wins. But the special teams this season are on a different level, both college and pro, as we go through this season.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, first of all, I like that reference, Campbell's Chunky Soup. I was making a face, but I like it. But you just kind of have to look back and see what the teams have done so far in the NFL. It has just been crazy. Like, we have seen endings that we have never seen before. We've seen... I want to say we've seen more blocked kicks, more blocked field goals to start a season than we ever have in NFL history. A little nugget for you via Buccaneers Communications. This is the first time in NFL history, because remember, the Bucs are now 4-1. Okay, we're going to talk about the Buccaneers a little bit later, but the Bucs are now 4-1. They have gotten all 4 of their wins in the last minute of the game for a game-winning touchdown. That has never happened in NFL history. The Bucs are the first franchise ever to win their first 4 games in the last minute of the game.
During their 50th anniversary for the
Correct.
Buccaneers here.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our last music break. So whether it's Campbell's Chicken Noodle Soup, the playoffs trying to get set up for the end of the year, or it's love, whatever keeps you running, the Doobie Brothers are going to sing about it for you. Back in a moment.
That was the Doobie Brothers. It keeps you running, and you're listening to The Breakdown on HC Hawk Radio here at the Ybor campus, along with Brandyn, Eyla, and our special guest, Mr. James here. We are so glad to have you here. How was that? Was that good?
I'm telling you, man, you got that smooth jazz radio voice down. It's right there. But I gotta say, what keeps me running is what Hillsborough College is doing in the community this week, because there is a ton to take a look at. One that's near and dear to me. I want to invite everybody at the Dale Mabry campus in the gymnasium tomorrow night, Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Your Lady Hawks will be going one-on-one with Florida Southwestern State College on the volleyball court, keeping the season rolling. Want to invite everybody, come out, support Miss Mad J of BSing and rolling. And if you can't come to the game, tune in to the live broadcast on YouTube at HC Radio and Television. Click live while it's streaming. Subscribe, like, and follow. Everything we do is for you guys out there and for the students. That's kind of what I got on my side. What do you got, Miss Eyla?
Guys, it's Hispanic Heritage Month, so I think all of you should give me like $20 as for, it's kind of like my month. But what?
I don't know if that's how that works.
It should work. Okay, fine, $10.
The amount doesn't change the...
I would
All
need
right.
a lot longer than 2 minutes to have this discussion.
Well, if you wanted to learn more about Hispanic Heritage Month, today at 1 p.m. at the YLRC building in room 202, Professor Richard Tapia from Miami-Dade College will be in the Ybor campus speaker. You can go for refreshments and engaging conversation on the history of Ybor City.
Fantastic. What do you got, Mr. Tilley? Anything coming up that you got in the community?
Well, honestly, we have got some... I'm going to take over Eyla's segment here just for like a minute. We've got some movies coming up. Today, the Tampa Theater is showing Alien here for their series of movies that they're playing in October, A Nightmare on Franklin Street. They are playing Alien today, and then tomorrow they are playing The Day the Earth Stood Still. All these movies are the two movies today are at 7 p.m., and the rest of the movies vary by time, but main thing is they're playing horror movies for the remainder of October.
Check out some of the movies that they're playing, because you might be hearing about them over here.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Eyla might Eyla might throw us a curveball or two on these movies.
All right. So I guess with all of that, we have reached our time today. It's been a fantastic show hanging out with you guys today. Mr. James, thank you so much for taking the time, sitting with us, and just participating. Hopefully it was fun for you as well.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on.
We really enjoyed it.
With that being said, I'm BS.
I'm Ben Tilley.
I'm Eyla.
And this is The Breakdown at noon. We will see you next Tuesday at the 12 o'clock hour. Have a great week. See you next time.
Peace.